Giving all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops on down. Let's give in this 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000, the rest of the men, women, and children. I'm your brother Magun Shalamar. The title of this video is Make a Chain, for the land is full of blood. And that land is talking about Israel. Small hats occupying that land right now. They are the wicked. They're the wicked top elites, beginning with the top elites. So this video is showing you how Trump is saying, as you can read, well, it said that Israel does not hold all the cards, but we know Israel are holding the cards over America, and is drawing America into this war. So this video is fair use, not for monetary gain, but for educational purpose only. Fair use.
It kind of seems like a trend of Israel apparently pursuing their own objectives over U.S. objectives. I'm not sure if you agree with that, but the president has said he doesn't want to hit Iran's oil infrastructure right now. As you said, the U.S. avoided this on Park Island. Oil's nearing $120. Why are we helping Israel prosecute this war if they're going to pursue their own objectives?
We hold the cards. We have objectives. Those objectives are clear. We have allies pursuing objectives as well. And the truth speaks for itself. I mean, President Trump was very clear about that. Iran has weaponized energy for decades. Israel clearly sent a warning, and POTUS has made it clear, very clear. Iran knows when you hit Karg Island and you hit military capabilities on Karg Island, which is the only thing we hit, we can hold anything at issue, anything. The United States military controls the fate of that country.
Watching his press conferences might be one of the most embarrassing things I personally feel that I've had to go through as a citizen of this country. He sounds like a moron, he acts like a moron, he gestures like a moron. He has no idea what he's talking about, and he keeps talking about carrying out death and destruction. This is not a professional, okay? This is a former Fox News weekend host and a drunk.
So he's talking about, like, we control that country completely. Do you? Then why is the Strait of Hormuz closed? Why did they just shoot down one of our stealth fighters if we're completely in control of the country? So the other problem is he says, oh no, our objectives are very clear.
No, they're not.
Wait, are they? Because just a couple of days ago, Donald Trump told our allies, when they asked them, what's your objectives? How do we know when the war is over? He said, I'll know it in my bones.
Oh, okay.
So now our objective is getting Donald Trump to feel the right things in his bones. And apparently that's a crystal clear objective, right? I mean,
So we know Neuro is being controlled by the top elites of Esau, which are the small hats. You know, we know that it's prophecy that the Lord is actually forcing the hand of Donald Trump, and whatever he says out of his mouth, the Lord is putting that in his mouth to do those things and say them things, and to act the way he's acting. So we're actually, like the elder apostle Tahar always said, we give Esau a hand for being the wicked, because he's playing the best actor on this earth. You know, he's actually the wicked. You know, he's doing his job to the T. This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. It says, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that he hath taken against Edom, and in his purposes, that he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Edom is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And the inhabitants of Teman is America, because America toasts itself as being the most wisest, the most powerful nation on this earth. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And the least of the flock is dealing with Amalek. Amalek is the smallest of the Edomites, but they're the richest and they're the most wicked of the Edomites. And they're going to draw them into this war, meaning Israel is going to draw America into this war, which we see it take place already where Israel has drew America into the war starting with Iran, which we believe that's the beginning of World War III. It's only going to get worse, and is going to bring about the MOTB. We know that to be the micro C hit that's going to come upon the whole world. Why? Because this dollar is going to crash. That's what the small hats wants. They want this whole economic system to fall so they can initiate their new world order, which is the digital currency, which is going to lead to the MOTB, the micro C hit. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants, their habitations desolate with them. Right? Because Israel is going to be desolated and America is going to be desolated. But America is going to burn forever, meaning a long period of time. And Israel is going to be rebuilt when Yahweh Shah set up his kingdom. So let's get Ezekiel chapter 7, and it's dealing with these damn small hats that call themselves us, but they're not, but the synagogue of Satan. So let's get Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23. It says, make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. And you see that chain is talking about when the small hats starting with the top of least, they're gonna go into captivity. That land over there now is gonna have to be cleansed through the nuclear fire, right? And Yahweh Shai, when he returns, he also gonna cleanse it with the laser beams coming from the chariots. It said the city is full of violence, right? They supposed to be the children, right? They supposed to be in the Holy Land. That land should be quiet, shouldn't have any enemies. But it says that city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and that's the worst of the heathens, talking about Amalek. And they shall possess their houses. Who houses? That was our houses, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian. That was our land over there, the true Israelites. But they're over there now. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. So the pomp is the most proud, Edomite, the so-called white man Esau. Edom is the most proud devils on this earth, and their holy places shall be defiled. It said, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be no peace. It's not going to be any for these devils, man. That place is going to be destroyed. It's going to be totally destroyed. But again, Israel is going to be built back up, because the true Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian, we're going to be living there forever, because Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah, is going to set up his kingdom in that land forever. Okay, let's go to Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. It says, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. And we know Esau, Edom is the wicked on this earth, because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And they thinking because his judgment has not came forth when they sin, that he's not going to punish them. But Yahweh said his anger is slow and is in great power, and will not acquit the wicked. It says Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah has the way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet, because he's going to make this place, he's going to make them places a desert. He's going to destroy it with that nuclear wind and with them chariots of Yahweh Shah when he returns. And when I say those places, mainly talking about America and Israel, because this devil been set up. He's been set up by the Most High. It says, Daniel chapter 4:17, this matter is by the decree of the watchers. Who are the watchers? The prophets, set up by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai through the Holy Spirit. We, the men of great millstones, the true prophets on the earth, bring out the future prophecies of this Bible. Elder apostles Tahar always say that that's what GMS deal with, was dealing with prophecy. The most important prophecy is dealing with right now is talking about Revelation chapter 13, the MOTB, which is the micro C hip. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, or the angels, to intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men. You see that? So right now the Lord is giving this earth into the hands of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom. This is his kingdom, the so-called white man's kingdom here on earth. This is their heaven. This is the best it's going to get. You know, today is the best it's going to get for Esau, because tomorrow it's going to get even worse, and it's going to get worse and worse until Yahweh Shai returns. You know, it's not going back to the 1950s, to the glory years of America. It's not going back to them days. It's just going to get worse and worse, because this devil is in charge, you know. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 65, verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. See, this is his heaven right now. This is Esau's kingdom. But when Yahweh Shai comes back and destroy this place and set up his own kingdom, Esau would never have rulership again on this earth. No other heathen nation is going to be up next, or ever be in charge of this earth. This rulership is going to be taken over through Yahweh Shai. He's going to set up his kingdom, and by default, the Israelites is going to rule this earth, starting with the God chosen men, David's tabernacle, and down to the 144,000. And it says the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. We're going to forget about, you know, Esau ever having, not really forget. We're going to always have remembrance of, you know, what the Lord had brought us through. This going to be a new Passover, how he destroyed America, and the way he brought salvation to the hopeful elect. But far as Esau ever coming to power, them days is going to be over with. His days is numbered, you know. We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 42 and we're going to start at verse 13. It says, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like the man of war. And that's when Yahweh Shai returns. He's not coming back as a sacrificial lamb. He's not going to meet you as a man, Esau. He's coming back as a mighty man, a man of war. He shall cry, ye of roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. And he's going to destroy America in 1 hour. You see that? In 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed, because this is the year of the 250 years of America being a nation. It took 250 years for this, but Yahweh Shai is going to destroy it within 1 hour. It says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. You see that? So a woman travailing, a woman that's having a baby, all the men know, you know, who been at that woman when she gave birth to that child, that cry, you know, it's like no other. That howl, that scream, you know that scream when she's pushing out your child, and that's just how much the buildup of anger that Yahweh Shai is coming with, man. He said he's not going to hold his peace. He said he's been still, but this is the time that he's going to unleash his judgment. Yahweh is going to release the judgment on this earth through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. He said, I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all their herbs, and I will make their rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools, right? Because that nuclear wind that's going to come over through them ICBM missiles, and after Yahweh Shai and his angel get finished destroying it with them through them laser beams, this place is going to be leveled. It ain't gonna be no mountains. It's not gonna be no Grand Canyons. It's not gonna be no hills. Everything is gonna be level. It's not gonna be no Great Lakes and all that. Everything is gonna be dried up, a desert. When Yahweh Shai has come through and destroyed this place. So the only ones that's gonna make it out of America is gonna be the elect. So the 2/3 of Israel is gonna be put to death. The wicked of Israel is gonna be put to death on this side in America. Let's get Psalms 149 and verse 6. Now, we talked about earlier what's going to happen to the small hats. Well, it's the same for Esau, Edom, period. It says, let the high praises, this is Psalms 149, verse 6, let the high praises of the Heavenly Father be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. We're going to be giving praises to Kahal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And at the same time, we're going to have swords in our hands, literal swords, weapons in our hands to execute vengeance upon the heathen and the punishment upon the people. So the Lord's going to put us to work, man. We're going to get that new body once we're beamed up into the chariots. We're going to come back down with our new bodies, right? In that extraterrestrial, celestial body. Right? That's not going to feel pain. We're not going to die no more. You know, we're going to be powerful. It says to bind their kings with chains. So all these, the top ranking presidents and high powered elites and other nations, all these high powered people that got all this power on this earth, they're going into chains along with their nobles, fetters of iron. So all the elites that's going to be down in them holes trying to hide from Most High's judgment, guess what? We're going to dig them out. They're going into slavery. According to Jeremiah 16:16, it says to execute upon them judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Praise you, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So, you know, that's the end game for Esau Edom. We just playing it out. We're at the end times. You know, I pray that we're part of the hopeful elect and take part of that destruction. You know, that be giving praise with the two-edged sword in our hands. So with that, I pray you was edified. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kral Gadash. Shalom.